Welcome to the Cosmic Drag Podcast with Reshena, the homegirl healer, your source for the trillest, intuitive coaching and encouragement for Black women straight from the universe. Get ready for some real spilling and real healing.
Hey, homegirls and homeboys, because I know y'all listening to trying to catch this healing drip. It's your girl, Reshena, the homegirl healer, and this is the Cosmic Drag, honey. We finna pull these cards and let the universe drag us for filth and for healing at the same damn time. So you better secure them little bit of edges that you got left, child, before they get cosmically snatched, and let's get into it. So welcome back, y'all. We are at episode 11, and I'm really excited for this reading. And I know that every time we have a cosmic drag, I'm always like, oh, I love this deck so much. I'm so excited about this deck, blah, 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 blah. I done had this deck for a long time, and it's a deck that I really fuck with, but this deck do not fuck with me. Whenever I read for myself with this deck, the deck be over me like, okay, girl, here's some deceit. Here is some anxiety. Here's what you get. But whenever I read for my husband, for example, this deck loves my husband and it always has the best messages for him. So we're going to see how things go today with the deck that I'll be using, which is the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Anne Taylor. So y'all, let's go ahead and get into this cosmic read because I know that's what y'all came for. Let's get these cards shuffled and see what the fuck. Okay. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. All right. So the first card we got popping is the sun. Yes, first of all, this card is gorgeous. And didn't we see the sun last week in the last episode? The sun is really out here, so we need to definitely dive into that imagery a little bit. But let's see what the next card is. Okay, so the second card is carrying connections. Yes, carrying connections. Those are my favorite kinds. Now let's see the third. Cornucopia. Yes, I'm always here for a corpiconia. I act like I can't speak English. I done told y'all I'm not no damn encyclopedia. I know the word is cornucopia, but sometimes people get tongue-tied, and this is one of those times for me. But anyway, so yes, 3 cards. We got the sun, carrying connections, and cornucopia. So let's dive into the first card, the sun. When we look at this card, the imagery is very simple but very pretty. There is a humongous cup. It's sitting basically atop of a tree. It's more like a bowl, but imagine a bowl that's big enough for humans, okay? That's what kind of energy this bowl is giving. And it's filled with water, and there are lotus and lilies and all kinds of flowers surrounding it, and there's a woman sitting on the brim. And when you look a little closer at the card, you'll notice all kinds of things. There is a horn, kind of like when you look at old record players and they have that horn piece. Don't ask me what the fuck it's called. I know what it is, but I don't remember the name of it. So there's one of those here. There are paintbrushes. There looks like a book. Maybe she's writing. There are all kinds of creative images. There is a flying goldfish. So this is all about the creative element. And at the top of all of this, you see a sun, and it's beautiful. And the sun is shining all down on everything in this card. So this card is really giving the energy of newness, a new beginning. And when you think of newness and you think of a new beginning, I always think of what is the thing that is being created or recreated. There's always an element of newness to creation, because even if it's something that you are inspired by, that you're working from, you are still creating a new way to interpret, to enjoy, and to engage this thing. So I love the energy of creation because it always brings the energy of newness with it. We're talking about creating in our family life, in terms of if we're having children or building our family in some way, relationships in our life, just all of that starts with a new beginning of some sort. So shout out to the sun card bringing us the energy of newness, and letting us know that the things that we're creating, the sun is shining down on us. That means we can't lose, honey. So yes, I'm here for that. All right. So the second card we got popping, carrying connections. So on this card, the imagery actually is really simple. There is a man and woman couple. The man is behind her, just holding her in a warm embrace. And she is just looking over the flowers, picking at the flowers that he gave her. And it's just so much love and cuteness in this picture. And so when you see this card, obviously you think that the caring connection is some type of romantic relationship. And shout out to romantic relationships when they out here being healthy and non-toxic and ain't got you out here fucked up and raggedy in the streets. These kind of caring connections are so great and so important, and they fill your cup up and they help you to spread your wings. I know I say this all the time when I be talking about my boo, but literally being in a caring connection with him has helped to elevate my life so much. So yes, we can get that from our romantic relationships, but that's not the only place, right? If you have a friendship that is really fulfilling you in all of the ways that you need a friend, well, not in all, because everybody, you can't get everything everywhere, but you can get a lot somewhere. So you do with that what you will. But when we have friendships that are really supporting us and uplifting us, that are helping us to truly feel like safe and secure and like we belong, those are important. The business partnerships that we have, those are things that, even though it's business, so it's not all about the emotions, but still being able to trust the integrity of the person that you're working with, being able to feel like you all connect each other and understand each other as it pertains to how you do business. All of those things are so important. And so when we're talking about our caring connections, we're talking about the potential that partnership has in all its forms and the ways that it shows up in our life. And we're talking about how our partnerships can propel us in all of the best ways, whether the love from a loving, amazing partner can help us to feel like we can take on the world and supports us in doing some kind of project that we didn't think we would ever get to do, or being able to connect with the right business partners to help us launch the things that we want, or having friends who encourage us to keep going with the things that we're creating when we're ready to give up. Caring Connections is just out here doing the damn thing and helping us to really move forward all the aspects of our life that we're trying to push at this time. So shout out to the people who care about us and the people that we also care about, honey. And with that, let's jump into this third card, Cornucopia. So this card, the imagery here is also simple but very pretty. There is a forest scene, so you see all kinds of trees and bush and all of those things. And in the midst of that, there is an actual cornucopia. I'm sure if you know anything about fucking Thanksgiving that you learned in school, I'm sure you know what a cornucopia is. And from that cornucopia, there's all kind of produce, all kind of things are just growing, are spilling out of this cornucopia. And so this is really talking about bringing forth the desires of your heart, about the wishes that we have, the things that we want being brought to us, being manifest, being fulfilled. And so when we're talking about the card of cornucopia, we're really talking about stepping into the abundance that's all around us. It's such a nice little journey that these three cards have taken us on together, because we're starting with the creation aspect, doing something new, creating something, moving something forward, bringing it from the concept in our mind, in our spirit, bringing it into the world and making it real and tangible. And then the caring connections, the ways that the people around us can help us to do these things, to foster these things, to move them forward. Having the right partnerships can help you to really move to create on a level that you didn't think was possible before. And then we get to the point of all of the things that we've worked through those other two cards with, getting to the abundance that comes from this cornucopia, honey. Yes, let's step into this abundance. I am here for this. This reading is actually really, really great so far. And I love all these cards. So now that we know what the fuck with these cards, let's get into the cosmic drag, honey, because this right here, this reading right here, this intuitive coaching experience right here is all about creating a new wave for yourself, okay? A new wave. We had the card of the sun that is really diving into the creation of things. So now it's time for you to stop doing the same stale ass shit that you've been doing and expecting that shit to flourish. Like, what are you gonna, it's old, it's dead, it's time to discard it, honey. So you can make new room for the new things that you want to bring forth. So you can make room for the things that the sun is actually shining down on for you, creating the conditions for you to have whatever it is that you want, for you to actually bring forth the desires of your heart, like I said. So also keep in mind, you have to, as you navigate this process, you definitely gonna have to keep it real with your crew. And when we're talking about keeping it real with your crew, we mean keeping it real with the partnerships, really looking at those partnerships and being honest with what they're adding or not adding to your life. Are your relationships symbiotic? That's a really great question. Are your relationships feeding you as much as you are feeding them? You know what I mean? You really have to tap in. Are the direction that you want to go in, are the people in your life really able to support you and not get in your way as you move towards those things? Can they propel you? Can they keep you stagnant? You really got to keep it cute and keep it real with your crew. Get them squares out your circle. If you do all of this, if you look at all of this and you examine who's around you, and you see maybe, hey, maybe I'm not moving like I need to, then maybe you need to get the square out your circle. And if you the square in your circle that's keeping you from your greatness and your progress, then you need to get yourself out of your circle. Do something new. The newness of the sun card is definitely, that's the message for you to, girl. Get your shit together because you playing yourself and everybody else around you. And we don't have time for that. The other questions to ask yourself, are you really trusting your creativity or are you crushing your creativity? Really great question to ask. A lot of us, like, we are super creative people, but we allow life and all of the things going on around us to kind of keep us disconnected from that element of connection. And I was just talking to a friend today, telling her how I had felt so disconnected from my creative self and how us having a conversation recently has really helped me to reconnect with that part of myself. Okay. So, was I trusting my creativity or was I crushing it? I was crushing it for a bit because I wasn't giving it the space it needed to grow in my life. So there's that. Are you trusting your abundance or are you crushing your abundance? Number one, are you grateful? Do you have a gratitude mindset? Every morning I wake up and I give thanks for the spiritual guidance and protection around me and my husband and my family and my friends. I'm grateful for the little things. I'm grateful that, girl, it always be all kinds of insects and stuff flying around my house, always bother me. The mosquitoes is out here tearing me up. But I even give gratitude to them because even with the annoyance that comes with bugs, for example, very silly example, but the only one on the top of my head at this moment. But being grateful that they indicate to me that the ecosystem that I live in is healthy and that it's thriving. Okay? So being able to see the abundance in even the things that don't seem like they really that popping. Are you trusting your abundance by tapping into it, by honoring it, by noticing it in all of its forms? Not just the coin. We out here for the coin, honey, but that's not the only way that abundance shows up. So are you trusting the abundance in your life in all of its forms, or are you crushing it by only focusing on only the ways that you think it should happen and not the ways that they're actually manifesting in your life? Okay. So keep it real with yourself about that. And the thing that you need to know is that success is at your disposal. It's in your face and on your case and putting you and your child in the universe place. And the question for you is, are you going to answer that? Are you really ready to answer that call? Now is the time to create or stagnate. Do something new or stay stuck where you are. Do something new or let that creation that was meant to come into this world through you continue to gnaw at you and fuck your shit up because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Get them squares out your circle if they're there and let the good shit happen. Clear out that negative bullshit. Clear out them people that you no longer need to create room for the things and the possibilities and the people and the partnerships that's going to have you out here popping in these streets, okay? Now, what I want you to know about yourself, darling, is that you got the keys, you got the juice, and you got the power of the universe behind you. You are a master manifester, a very divine creatrix, honey. You are the temple. Abundance is your birthright. You are melanated and magical, honey. You are the universe in human form. There's nothing that you can't create. There's nothing that you can't manifest. So definitely dive into creating that cosmic wish list, honey, because everything is coming true and it's coming true to you. And with that, we about to wrap up, y'all. But y'all know we can't go nowhere before we get into this cosmic drip. And the cosmic drag this week, which I want you to make sure you tell yourself every morning when you wake up, let it sizzle in your spirit, is I am dripping in abundance and creativity. I am dripping in abundance and creativity. I am dripping in abundance and creativity. Yes, dripping in abundance and creativity. So y'all, shout out to the Cosmic Drag for coming through again. One more time, I just want to first of all Thank y'all so much for coming and kicking it with your girl every week. We are continuing to grow and let this experience be even more amazing with each new episode. So thank you for kicking it with me. I appreciate it so much. And let me let y'all know already what's going on. As you already know, distant Reiki and intuitive coaching sessions are available. Hit up my website, www.thehomegirlhealer.com, to get you a session so we can kick it and do this thing one-on-one. I am also teaching Reiki classes. I have a Reiki 1 class coming up on September 11th and 12th of 2021. It's going to be virtual, so anywhere in the world you can come and kick it with your girl. So also, go to my website, thehomegirlhealer.com, and see that date and register, as well as see any other dates that I have Reiki classes available, which are coming soon. I'm going to have classes listed through spring 2022 in just a couple of days. Make sure you hit me up on all the social medias, child. You already know my website because I done said it twice. Holler at me on Instagram at The Homegirl Healer, on YouTube, The Homegirl Healer, Twitter at Homegirl Healer, Facebook, The Homegirl Healer, and child, you know I be on Clubhouse a little bit, The Homegirl Healer. Come kick it with me there as well. Also, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I be out here being on my super Black owned brand, everything business, child. So definitely make sure, if you know of any Black owned deck or tarot companies, anybody that is Black that is making bomb ass decks, send them my way so I can run in my coin and support and bring y'all amazing content with their decks. Okay. And with that, I'm sending you forward in love. I'm sending you forward in light. I want you to keep it cute. And I will see your ass next Tuesday, because the Cosmic Drag is coming on Tuesdays now. Shout out to Tuesday. With that, peace, y'all.
Thank you for listening to The Cosmic Drag with the Homegirl Healer. Subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss an episode, and connect with the Homegirl Healer on social media so you always know what time it is. Follow Reshena at The Homegirl Healer on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube, and at The Homegirl Healer on Twitter and Clubhouse. And share this podcast with anyone you know who could use a good dragging from the universe.